Yeah, I thought that, Nebraska came out and played a really, really good game. I thought they had a really good plan early on. And I thought that, they kind of had us reeling a little bit early on, and give credit to our defensive staff and players being able to adjust. And, really by the end of the second half, or the end of the first half and then into the second half, I thought they made really good adjustments and played really good football. On the offensive side of the ball, we still left some things on the field, but overall I thought we made big plays. I thought Justin played well. He didn't force anything, did a good job with his feet, was accurate. And I think the only incompletion he had, someone told me, was just on the post to Chris. So we had a couple of sacks in there that maybe we can throw the ball away. But the good news overall is that we have a chance to now we have something to work on. And so, now we got to get on the film and get better. I will say this, I just want to say it publicly, and I'm going to text Scott, at the end of the game there, if I could do that again, I would have taken a knee. I feel bad about that at the end of the game. I had a younger quarterback in the game, and, I didn't feel like we had the personnel and to take the knee, and I probably should have done that. So I just want to publicly, apologize for that to Scott. But overall, it was a good day, and I'm, really proud of the way the guys played for the first game.
All righty, we'll open up the questioning with Austin Ward from Letterman Row. Austin.
For the program, that sometimes a first half like that angers you guys, or you feel like you could do so much better. Then you look at the scoreboard at the end of the game, it's a blowout. Are you satisfied with what you saw in week one, or does it meet your standards heading into week two?
The number one goal is to go 1-0, and I think that's the tricky thing here at Ohio State is you can't win championships, and it doesn't matter how you win. It's just a matter if you win. And we can't. The best thing we can do is apologize for how we win. And like you said, to beat a Big Ten team like Nebraska 52-17. It's a pretty impressive day just to beat them by one. And so, sure, the expectations are high, but the reality of it is just to go 1-0 is a great day, and that was the number one goal. And we're very proud of what we did today.
All righty, next up is Bill Rabinowitz from the Columbus Dispatch. Bill.
Yes, Ryan. In terms of the defense, was it just a matter of, hey, this is just completely different than a practice, and it just takes time to kind of get used to the speed of the game, what they're doing, or was it something more concerning to you?
No, I don't think so. If someone said to me, if you hold them to 17 points, would you take that? I would have signed them down the line. I thought very well done. Job well done. Yeah, they hit a couple big plays on us and everything, but but overall, I thought they did a really good job. And I'm proud of the way the guys played.
All right, we'll go next to Nathan Baird from Cleveland.com. Nathan.
Ryan, there was concern at some point how much Haskell would be able to play for you guys at all this season, certainly whether he'd be able to play this early. For him to be able not just to play, but have the impact he did, it seemed like he was a difference maker late in the first half. What did that mean to the team today?
Well, I think it was good to get him out there. The depth certainly is something that we've been, focused on. Make sure that, we have, at least, 2.5, 3 deep at each position. And so to have him there was a huge boost to the inside guys. I don't know how many plays he ended up getting in there for, but, his experience and his ability really, it was great to have him in there.
All right, next up, Bill Landis from The Athletic. Bill.
Hey, Ryan, I'm sure you don't expect maybe flawless execution when you have this kind of offseason and then it takes so long to get a game going. But to execute the way you guys did, where you kind of flipped the game there, scoring late in the first half, getting the ball back, scoring again in the second half, what did your guys show you when they did that?
Yeah, that was a great run right there when we really settled down on defense. And I think one of the things about it is we have such veteran guys at linebacker that when they can recognize what's going on and then adjust in game like they did, that's big. And so I thought we did that. The stop we got at the end of the first half, and then we get in the 2-minute drill, we come back, score with the first drive of the second half, and then quickly get a fumble return on defensive touchdown. That's one heck of a run right there. And that's the best way you could end a half and start a half. And I thought that flipped the game. But to your point, I thought there's a lot of hard work put into this game, talking about tackling and ball security and high level of execution. penalties. You guys have heard me talk about, all my staying up late at night worried about all the things that, I've seen on TV. And I'm proud of our coaching staff. I think that, the leadership of this team really showed as well. And again, I think it's a really good start.
I will go next to Jared Smalley. Jared.
Ryan, wanted to ask you about the newcomers you had who got their first opportunity on the field today. You never know in a first game, right? You're never quite sure how a guy mentally is going to arrive and how they're going to take their practice efforts to the game field. Did anybody catch your eye particularly in what they were able to do out there for the first time?
No, I watched the film, but certainly Jackson made that big play in the back of the end zone, and then it was good to get Julian out there, get his feet wet. It was good to get Trey Sermon out there and get some carries. It's the first time he's been running the ball live in a long time. And then there was a bunch of guys at the end that were able to get in there and just kind of get going. But we'll look at the film and see where those guys can start to help us. It's hard because we don't have the non-conference games where typically you can get those guys more reps. But we were able to get him in a little bit, and now we got a huge task ahead of us. We got to go to Penn State on the road and win a night game, and so this is going to be a huge week in terms of preparation, and it starts in a few hours here.
All righty, next up, Doug Lamarice from Cleveland.com. Doug.
Ryan, in the opener a year ago, I remember JK was okay, but wasn't great out of the gate with the running game. And then we saw what he did the rest of the year. Just how did you think your tailbacks ran it here in the opener today?
Yeah, I remember that too. Against FAU, it was a little clunky, right? I remember that. It was just kind of nothing fit right. And, I think that happens sometimes when you're used to going against a certain front for months at a time and seeing the same looks and the same fronts. And, Nebraska brings a bunch of different stuff. And it was a little bit of a different fit. I thought we did fit some runs good there. That one drive in the goal line, we ran the ball pretty good in there. A couple of them didn't hit, like you're saying, the way that we want them to. But we did kind of, throw the ball a little bit more in this game. But we'll take a look at the film and see. I mean, I thought the offensive line still played really well. I thought they knocked people off the ball. And there were still some good runs in there. But we'll improve. We'll get better from this. And I think part of that is what you're saying, just a different look, different fit in the run game. And there's a lot of that going into this thing.
All right, next up, Brendan Gulick from Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated. Brendan.
Hey, Coach, Chris Olave had a pretty impressive game today when he was in there, but obviously left the game. Can you give us any kind of update on how he's doing?
He seemed good. He was in good spirits, had a good look in his eye, and that's all I really know at this point. So we'll kind of see what happens tomorrow morning.
All right, we'll go next to Tim May from Letterman Row. Tim.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan. Was there any thought in your mind of your team making a statement today of any sort, or was this just like you just said, get to 1-0 to move to 2-0? And then follow up with that, what kind of feeling did you have in your gut as you walked out there today for the start?
It was a strange feeling. It was, I can't sit here and say it wasn't different. It was. It's, guys making huge plays, and I feel like looking around saying, anybody just see that? It'd be 107,000 people going crazy and fireworks being shot off and everything else. So that was different, but it's the same for both teams. And so we just have to handle it better than our opponents, and that's really what the focus is. No, it wasn't about a statement or anything like that. I mean, certainly our guys were excited to play, but we were just trying to figure out a way to win the first game and not worry so much about all the expectations and, just focus on playing clean football. That's what it was all about.
Thanks, man.
All righty, next up, Dan Hope from 11 Warriors. Dan.
Hey, Ryan, there were a couple targeting penalties and some other, high hits there in the second half. Did you think that was excessive at all on Nebraska's part?
Well, I know Scott, and I don't, and I know the guys on the defensive staff. I know that they would never teach that. And there's some tough spots in there. We certainly know and understand it from last year. Had our own share. When it's going fast and you're trying to make decisions on how to get a guy down, it's hard. And I'd be shocked if there was any malintent there. I think it was all just the speed of the game. When you slow it down, sometimes it looks a little crazy. But at the same time, we understand you got to protect the players, and that's part of this right now, which isn't easy at times. So again, no, I don't think that anything like that was going on.
All righty, go next to Adam Rittenberg from ESPN. Adam.
Ryan, I know you had high expectations for Justin coming into the season, but having watched him now, how good can he in your passing game be overall this year?
I don't know. We'll see. That's a good start, certainly. But it's everybody involved. It's the protection. It's the routes. It's all that stuff. There's just so much that goes into a passing game, and the timing and the spacing and the protection and execution. So, we'll see. We're going to, as we get into December, we're going to be playing against in some tough weather. It's going to get cold. It's going to get windy. It's going to get rainy, and those type of things. So we're going to have to develop and really establish the run game in those games, which I feel really confident we will with our offensive line and our running backs. So we're always looking for a balance, but it was great to see now, and Justin into his second year look so comfortable back there today.